Today on Beyond the Gates, Derek gets a second chance, Ashley has her mind changed, and Hayley has a medical crisis? Or does she? Having been summoned by Dani to Uptown, Pamela settles in to vent over drinks. My vent. What is this ridiculous and constantly changing accent that Pamela works for no discernible reason? Dani says Ashley needs to back away from Andre because she couldn't handle that level of sexiness. She would burst into flames, and not in a good way. In fact, a man like Andre could destroy Ashley's uncomplicated mind. Dani explains that she has nothing against Ashley, but, in essence, she needs the nice nurse to keep her hands off Andre. It's worth noting that today's episode is particularly quote-worthy. It's hard to resist simply typing the best lines and calling it a day. Is Hayley losing the baby? At Bill's office, Hayley makes a mysterious call, insisting that whatever she's talking about be kept secret from everyone. And of course, that's exactly when Caroline walks in. Thinking quickly, Hayley not only says it's about a birthday party for Bill, but soon has basically gaslit Caroline into helping plan the whole thing. This girl could teach a class in manipulation. Pamela and Dani are continuing to dish it uptown, and things get extra spicy when the two women talk about Bill and his gold digger of a wife, only to have Hayley approach their table. Quicker than you can say, verbal throwdown, Bill's current and former wives are hurling insults at one another. Things get very nasty very quickly, with Hayley calling Dani a dried-up old hag, and Dani returning fire. Suddenly, Hayley clutches her stomach and wobbles off, leaving Dani to say pretty awful things about her and the baby she doesn't believe exists. Pamela says that if anything were to happen to the baby, assuming it is real, Dani would never forgive herself. And right on cue, a bloody Hayley re-enters the bar, screaming that something's wrong with the baby. Is Andre about to dump Dani? Ashley leaves a message for Naomi, asking that her gal pal swing by to discuss her dinner with Andre. Not the movie, she quips. No sooner does she hang up than the man in question shows up on her door. Ashley basically breaks up with Andre, despite the fact that aren't actually, involved. But her attempts to say he's not the kind to put down roots leaves him asking if she might be his safe place, and they kiss passionately. Afterwards, he says it's time for him to talk to Dani, because he wants something real and that's a future with Ashley. Derek apologizes. Derek runs into Shanice at Orphe Jeans and the sparks immediately fly between them again. But she doesn't want things to get messy at work and makes it clear that while they have chemistry, she says that with all the chaos swirling around you and Ashley, she's too good to play games like that. Shanice refuses to be the crumbs on someone else's plate. I want to be the whole meal, she declares, prompting Derek to admit he was a jerk for asking her to help him make Ash jealous. They agree to start fresh. Naomi gets suspicious. Bill's about to jet off to Atlanta when Naomi walks in to discuss a little something. I was just wondering, she says. Have you had anyone murdered lately? He tries brushing her off, but without much success. Bill eventually admits what he did, saying he will do anything to protect the people he loves. The fact that she can't believe how far he went means he and Dani did a good job raising her. Talk turns to Hayley's accident. Hayley I hate with the white-hot intensity of a million suns, admits Naomi, but that baby is innocent and my future little sibling. She later vents to Ashley, admitting that now more than ever she intends to put her career first. Babies. Not interested. Mentioning that Hayley's going for another ultrasound, Naomi notices Ashley's weird reaction and demands she spill what she knows. Hayley and Dani's vicious verbal smackdown turns tragic. Plus, Andre makes a stunning decision. Act 1. The air was already charged. The night began like so many in this fractured little circle, too many secrets packed into one too small room. Hayley paced the living room, her boots striking the hardwood like a war drum. Dani sat in the corner chair, hands gripping the armrest, her nails biting into the worn leather. The two had been circling each other all week, the tension building in clipped conversations, eye rolls, and messages passed through other people. Andre, leaning against the doorway, could feel the storm gathering. He had the uneasy sense that whatever was about to happen wouldn't be easily undone. You're a liar, Dani, Hayley snapped, finally breaking the silence. And you've been a liar from the start. Dani's lips curved in something that might have been a smile if it weren't so sharp. That's rich, coming from you. Should I start listing the times you've forgotten the truth when it suited you? Andre shifted. You two need to cool it. This isn't. Stay out of it, Andre, they said in unison. Act 2, Old Wounds Spill Open. The argument was never about one thing. That was the trouble. It was a decade of little betrayals, unspoken grievances, and moments where one had watched the other fall and chosen not to help. You sabotaged me, Dani said suddenly, her voice trembling. The night of the showcase, you told Miles I wasn't ready, that I couldn't handle the pressure. Hayley blinked. I told him the truth. You were a mess, Dani. You were drinking yourself into oblivion. That wasn't your call to make. Andre watched Dani's eyes glass over, not with tears, but with the cold fury of someone who had been waiting years to unleash it. He thought about stepping in, about diffusing the situation, but a part of him wanted to see where this would go. Act 3, Words Like Knives. Hayley's voice rose, sharp and clear. You've been playing the victim your whole life, Dani. You push people away, then cry about being alone. Dani shot back. And you? You collect people like trophies, use them for your little empire and toss them when they're not shiny enough for you anymore. That landed. Hayley's cheeks flushed.